So, how would you define the state of being status single in India? Is it very specific?
So I think the way I look at the single status is very different from like my early 20s to like my late 20s now, because back then
Yeah,
I was just getting married and it was like, oh, okay, like you're single, this is a good time for you to get married. And everybody was very,
yeah,
excited that I was going from like single to that. And it was okay for me to be single when I was 22, 23, even 24,
yeah.
25 for that matter. 25 is when I got married. But then I think after
Okay.
I got divorced, like after 27, it's just been like, oh my God, like 30 is coming, 30 is coming, 30 is coming kind of thing. And
Hmm.
I think that kind of adds that pressure to being single, like, like I cannot be single because I'm turning 30.
Yeah,
I feel that pressure quite a bit on a few days, when people around me just, there's also a constant reminder because you also see other people who are turning 30 and their lives are so different. I mean, I try my
Yeah.
best to not compare myself to others, but
yeah,
so I feel like being single at different age points feels very different. So
yeah.
right now, for the first time, I'm feeling pressure also about it, like say in the last 1 year or so, mainly because I'm just going from 20s to 30s, and sometimes I don't
Yeah.
understand why it is so difficult. But yeah, I think it's so age specific when you say you're single.
100%, 100%. I agree with everything that
Okay.
Shashwati said, But I think in India, the concept of being single has not ever been understood, and there are a
Yeah,
lot of people who just look at you like, oh, you're single? Like, how's that even, how are you managing? How are you alive? Like, it seems like, how are you even
yeah,
alive? So I don't think that the concept of being single is understood, or that concept has even landed in India, right? Like,
yeah.
it's like there's no disassociation of anything with being married. Everything is with being married. So I think
Right.
we're
Hmm.
allowed to make our own definitions of being single. I think this is a space that is wide open now. And of course, it's age
Right.
is a definite barrier because I'm in my 30s now and I'm in a space where I know exactly what I want. I don't give my energy, especially because also I'm a parent. So I can suss out
Yeah,
people who are not, aligned with what I need or what I'm looking for. So it changes, So it's not something that
right.
is, it's very fluid, your idea of dating, but I don't associate myself with the societal concept of being single because that there is no concept.
But do you think that this age prejudice, and there are certain other prejudices that are more, or they are more for women or queer people rather than they are for men? Is
Oh.
there a difference, or are they the same? Is the benchmark there also for men?
Yeah,
Yeah.
women and
Yeah.
women in the community, the LGBTQA plus community, it is extremely difficult. I mean, they are at a deeper level
Yeah.
of hell than we are, 100%. Like I have
Yeah.
many close friends who are in the community, and it's not easy. So I can't speak for men really what their difficulties are in India because my
Yeah.
2 years here has been in COVID also, so I really haven't interacted much.
Right.
So,
Right.
so I mean, and this year I'm the
That's a
last year.
very new kind of
Yeah.
challenge that has been thrown into the
Yeah,
mix,
yeah,
the whole COVID
yeah.
situation and the
Oh yeah,
isolation and all of
it's
it.
too bad.
And I'm
Yeah.
sure singledom affects men also in some way or the other.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
don't
that
know
they
how.
are
For sure.
unaffected.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But it is like, maybe the parameters by which they are judged
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
societally might be different.
100%.
Do you guys, both of you, think there are advantages of being single, and what are they? Because we are talking about pros as well. So what are the pros?
I think it's just the freedom, I just like it so much when I don't have to worry
Yeah.
about anything else. And after having gone through a divorce, and then I think I think I cherish my single life like
Yeah.
so much more. I don't think I even gave thought to being single before this, actually.
Yeah, 100%. To do anything, I mean, not just to date, as Shashwati said,
Yeah.
Yeah.
anything. I don't have to think
Yeah.
about another person's opinions or their tantrums or their dislikes or anything. It's just me, and then now maybe also I have to accommodate my child also. But other than that,
Right.
it's just But the other pro also is, you can travel, you can do whatever
Yeah.
you want with your child. Since I have a child, right, and the space suddenly just opens up. Your mind is just the playground,
Yeah.
as you said. It's not the digital.
playground.
A lot of people will
Yes.
misunderstand and say that is just for
Yeah.
dating. It's not just dating. It's
Yeah.
really the cumulative of everything. Yeah.
the factors that play into this whole thing that singledom can't be a choice. It is just that, you know, you couldn't find anybody or you were not taken, as Shashwati
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
why
That you were
is it
chosen
not
by somebody.
perceived as a choice?
Yeah. I think because we associate
Yeah.
everything with being a part of something. Like, you know, like you have to be a part of a family, you have to be a part of a circus, you have to be a part of. There's no concept of just being by yourself. Like, even growing up, I don't think I ever saw
Right.
my parents just, you know, sitting and chilling and having hobbies of their own. I didn't anyway. So that concept of just
Yeah.
being single, even within a relationship, is unheard of. Everything has
Yeah.
to end up in a marriage. If you start dating, if you're in the
Hmm.
same community, if you look, you know, it's someone actually told me it's called a relationship escalator. Once you get on, means your end game is marriage. There's no score
Yeah.
for getting off anywhere, you know, and that is so problematic. That has to be changed. And I'm very happy that people like us are actually making a conversation around it. Is that it's okay even if he's the best person that you could meet in this lifetime. I mean, even if, and it doesn't work out for whatever reason, you're allowed to leave, you're allowed to walk, and it's fine. That choice has to be respected.
Yeah. And somebody asked that, you know, as a single person in India specifically, have you gone through a journey of financial literacy? And, you know, how important do you think, is it important for a single person to be financially independent? Does that help the process? Does that make it easier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very important, and I think I think that's one of the biggest learnings that I also had through the time I was married and the time I went through a divorce, is that, you know, you need to really be ready for anything at any point of time, even if you're in the happiest of marriages or relationships or whatever it is. I think it's really important to know that you are taking care of yourself, right? And I think it's also you never know when things are going to completely, you know, take a turn, and you know, you have to be ready for it. And the only way you can be ready for it is you know, have money to do things.
100%. See, a lot of women, a lot of single moms, even when they come to me or when I talk to them, a lot of them have either they have been homemakers throughout the duration of their marriage. So even if they're educated, whatever, they left that to be a wife and a mother, right? So they don't have any idea about how to go back to work. They don't have any savings. So then they have to move back into their parents' home, which is again problematic in many ways. Then, you know, and even if you have a job, even if you have the idea of the man being the breadwinner has been so deeply conditioned, to be allowed to enjoy that money that you're bringing home also is a learning that you have to, you know, again teach yourself. So again, with single parents, it's very difficult to tell them that, look, this is your money, it's fine, and re-educate yourself. Like, I had to upskill, you know, every one of us has to do it. If you've been out of the work field, very important, especially many cases, there's no co-parenting either. So you are taking over 100% of expenses of yourself and your child. So you have to be, like Shashwati said, there's going to be a million contingencies. The child is going to fall sick, you're going to fall sick, rent is going to come up. There's going to be so many things, right? So educating yourself, you know, to be financially secure for whatever, I mean, even for your retirement, right? What is going to happen once you lose work, or those emergencies, you know, like so many single moms have lost their jobs during this one and a half year period. And there's no, you know, we, of course, as a community, we support each other, but how long will that go unless you are able to really get back on your feet and get a job? And society, by the way, is not very welcoming of single parents in the corporate world as well. So if you have money, if you have fallback, it's always helpful for you to upskill, to educate your children also better, to move out if you want to migrate, so you don't have to depend on your parents for anything. It's just multifold, you know, having money, even if it's a small amount, like Shashwati said, even if it's like a small little loot that you've made for yourself, very important.
So do you think the new situation, the new normal is also difficult or different if you are a single person?
Loneliness really creeps up, particularly in a pandemic. I think it's very, very important, and things like therapy kind of help, and you kind of learn how to deal with it after the point of time.
You know, people believe, especially for moms, that if you are a parent and, you know, then probably you can't be lonely. You need to mother and you need to parent, so you don't have need for company or need for intimacy or need for even an emotional connect with an adult. Have an adult conversation. And when I say adult, I don't mean necessarily sexual. It could be about the economy or the politics, but you can't be all day doing homework and kiddie meals and all of that. You know, you need adult interaction. So, is it different for single parents, the pandemic challenge, especially if you're a mother?
Yeah. It was
Is it?
hard for me last year. Yeah, when it happened
Right.
last year, I think for about 4 months, it was just me and my kid inside the house. It was horrible. It was crazy because we were cut off from the rest of the world, and I had no idea what was going on. I didn't know. I couldn't go to supermarkets. I couldn't pick up anything. There was no delivery. I had to depend on my ex-husband to bring us even, daily stuff like milk and curd. And that is like really annoying
Right.
too, because there's so much coordination, the loneliness, exhaustion, because there's a child at home full time with no
Yeah.
option to go out and meet his friends. It was very difficult,
Yeah.
but we adjusted, within 4 or 5 months, we kind of got into our own swing of things. When he grew up, he understood that, okay, this is how it's going to be. And I had
Right.
to work, obviously. I was working throughout. So yeah, we made it work. I'm just like anybody else. It was hard initially, I won't deny,
Right.
but then we got into a swing
Right.
of things, and now it's.
Yeah.
I mean, you adapt. You have
Yeah.
to adapt.